All of us live in a brand new world today, a world that is powered by the fusion of several forms of technology, which are the products of the past development and innovation of mechanical computational devices into highly powered computers. Hello once again, this is RJ, and today we are going to discuss the information and communication technology. Technology continuously changes the way we live, the structures of our work, and the way we communicate. People don't oppose on technology. We remain excited and intrigued on what will come next. We are always thrilled and elated on how this technology will make our daily activities easier and the stimulation on how this technology will transform further. Many cities, for example, are transforming to become smart cities, where local municipalities implore the use of information and communication technologies to increase and improve the quality of life of its people. Subsequently, increase operational efficiency of its governing bodies, whereby adequate facilitate on giving more jobs and access to e-commerce, extensively share public information, and render quality government services. We can say that technological progress is essential and the origin of a driving force behind economic growth and development. According to Jose Luis Irigoyen, the director for ICT World Bank, he once said that ICT offers new tools for directly address poverty and providing access to information, contributing to pro-poor market developments such as microfinance and mobile money, equalizing opportunities in rural areas. The greatest impact of ICT on each individual is the availability and increased access to information that has been accompanied by the growth of internet infrastructure. Now, with the fast transformation of ICT infrastructures and the inevitable growth of online platforms and applications, and the development of high-powered computer machinery, the question is, will you survive or clash in it? We've been hearing and reading a lot on information and communication technology, or ICT. But what is ICT? Why ICT is a widely used term in the world of informatics. In 1978, the term IT, or information technology, was first used. It was focused on the development and creation of computer applications, computer programs, as well as the term software, which was first utilized in that same year. IT was also involved in the development of monitoring and maintenance system and the use of computer system, including different sorts of software and networks for the processing and distribution of data. IT expanded the range of computer systems, which included communication technologies. ICT is the expanded or the broader term of IT that refers to all communication technologies, including internet, smartphones, social networking, video technologies, and other media applications and services. And its role of communication is essential and timely component of the present time. The Philippines adopts the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development definition of Information and Communication Technology, which refers to a combination of manufacturing and service industries that electronically captures, transmits, and displays data and information. Based on the data I gathered from CPBRB, or the Congressional Policy on Budget and Research Development, House of the Representative, Congress of the Philippines, that according to the International Telecommunication Union or ITU, ICT access in the country is much more advanced in mobile cellular phones than in fixed telephones and the internet. The Department of Information and Communication Technology, or DICT, reported on their webpage named Web Presence some insights about the cities and provinces in the country. Here are some details as published on their website. For the cities, year 2018, first half of the year, there were 121 cities or 87.68%, and second half of the year, there were 112 cities or 87.50%, which gave a decreased web presence rating of 0.18%, but was increased rapidly by 7.43% for the first half of the year 2019, with 131 cities or equivalent to 94.93%. For the provinces, there were 78 provinces or 95.12 web presence for the first half of 2018, and it showed no variation for the second half of 2018. Nonetheless, the ICT accomplished 100% as projected with a total of 82 provinces for the year 2019 during the half period of the year. The data shows that the government initiatives, projects, and plans in adoptions of ICT in establishing web presence were significantly a success in automating the government's processes and services, consequently make us more convenient and transact faster. Their portal released the Digital 2020 Philippines on their February 18, 2020 issue, published on their website. And according to them, there were 73 million internet users in the Philippines and an internet penetration rate of 67% in January of 2020. For the social media users in the Philippines, there were 73 million users in January of 2020 and an increase of 5.8 million between April 2019 and January 2020. For mobile connections in the Philippines, there were 173.2 million in January of 2020 and gradually increased by 38 million between January of 2019 and January of 2020. The number of mobile connections in the Philippines in January of 2020 was equivalent to 159% of the total population. The data shows that even in the Philippines belongs to the third world country and is currently a developing country, Filipinos still afford and prioritize PC technologies as an important and modern tool to myriad of opportunities that technology can offer. ICT is considered panacea to various challenges that we are currently facing. The transformative power of ICT can bring about social and economic transformation. In the recent Technology and Innovation Summit entitled Innovative Philippines, Transforming Barriers to Productivity, Transparency, and Inclusive Growth, organized by the Strat-based Group, published on Business World on October of 2019, states that this year, the Global Innovation Index puts the country's performance of 54th out of 129 countries. There is a significant jump in the global ranking. Apparently, as our country's infrastructure continues to stride, the Philippines still lags behind other Asian neighbors such as Singapore, ranked 8, Malaysia, ranked 35th, Vietnam, ranked 42nd, and Thailand, ranked 43rd. The growing number of internet users must be met by the country's internet service provider by providing faster, accessible, and low-cost internet service. The need to institute technological policy, reforms, and technological innovations must be prioritized by the government in the coming years as it may change the landscape of our digital economy to fuel more jobs, opportunities, and economic growth. The World Wide Web, also termed as WWW, gives all internet users the access and freedom to access hypertext documents and other files that are legally available in the internet. It made it easier for us to easily get information on the web, share information, as well as the facility to communicate in far distance. The web has changed a lot since it was created by Sir Tim Berners-Lee. Way back, many years ago, Sir Tim noticed that they were having difficulties in sharing information. The technology was started by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989, where he wrote a proposal for the World Wide Web, and he included three main technologies: the Hypertext Markup Language or the HTML, the Uniform Resource Locator or the URL, and the Hypertext Transfer Protocol or the HTTP, in which database and interface will be implemented to associate links in readable documents. Documents are the addresses that should be inputted to retrieve the file. The evolution of World Wide Web was discussed during the National Conference on Open and Distance E-Learning held at Baguio City last November 26 to 28, 2019, where I was invited to participate. Apart from Web 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0 that most of the books have mentioned, there were also Web 4.0 and 5.0 that I want to share with you. In Web 1.0, the websites were static or read-only, wherein the information is a flat page or stationary, and there were no interaction with it, other than reading or viewing the content. Web 1.0 navigates the web through link directories of Yahoo search engine, and in 1999, there were 3 million websites that were static. The Web 2.0, known as the read-write internet, there is interactivity through content creation, sharing and collaborating through social media and blogging. It is also enables the user to edit the content of the file they were accessing. In year 2006, there were approximately 85 million websites aside from Wikipedia and Facebook. Web 3.0, known as the semantic web, provided software programs so that the computer can directly interact with each other. Semantic web builds upon the foundation of the original web. Data, the old and new, must be described with metadata. This metadata will identify the data, interlink data, and relate data to concepts so that machine can understand them. In 2019, the internet has more than 194 million websites. The Web 4.0, the Internet of Things, also known as the symbiotic web, will start from year 2020 to year 2030. The idea being the symbiotic web is that once the metadata are organized in Web 3.0, human and machines can interact in symbiosis, meaning that we would be able to build more powerful interfaces like mind-controlled interfaces. Users will be able to meet and interact on web through as avatars, holograms, link, and intelligent web. In Star Wars movies, it was shown that they use holograms to communicate, similar to the Iron Man movie. This idea makes me more excited to have Zoom meeting with you using the hologram technology. It is really true that people don't oppose on technology. We remain excited and intrigued on what will come next. Web 5.0, known as the telepathic web, will come after approximately year 2030 that can be considered as the future technology, and in this highly advanced and complex generation when things such as brain implant will be highly popular. These brain implants will give the people the power and ability to communicate with the internet through thoughts. I can't imagine that people and computer will communicate through telepathic web. Just imagine if you are communicating with computers through telepathic web. Would it be possible that I can interact with your thought? And would there be any possibility that we can communicate through telepathic web? If so, there is no way for us to talk personally. It's really on a highly and extremely different level. In our discussion, we can see that technology is evolving at such rapid pace. It seems that almost every year there is something new. As we go further with my discussion, I have mentioned that most of us are very excited to see what will be the next technology. As technology evolves, it enables faster changes and progresses with the adaptation that are sometimes exciting and challenging as well.